Ben-Hur, a dark Beauty and the Beast fantasy romance. Written by Cassie Alexander and narrated by Victoria May and Matthew Holland. Chapter 1. Lisane. I woke up to utter darkness. That wasn't so unusual. The women's chambers of the palace were underground to protect our quarters from the eyes of enemy mages, so my whole life I had been a creature used to candlelight. But I wasn't accustomed to my own breath hot against my face, or the rough feeling of fabric against my cheek, or knowing that my wrists were tied behind my back, painfully tight. I blinked furiously, trying to wake up and remember what had happened to me, and why I was trapped like this. The last thing I could recall was being in a carriage, with Castilian the Spiked sitting across from me. We'd been running away from the deathless, and now I was here, wherever here was, tied up in the dark on the ground, with a bag over my head, the very thing my father had been afraid of for me for my whole life, and the reason I lived in a gilded cage, only getting to leave the palace when I had thrown sworn mages by my side, had apparently happened. I had been kidnapped. My panic became a living thing inside me, scurrying like a mouse from my brain through my throat to my heart and back, making it hard to think and breathe in turns. My hands throbbed as all the blood my heart was pounding fought to get beneath the ropes that bound my wrists. But I made sure to let nothing show, as I fought against every instinct I had to sit up and run. I didn't thrash, nor did I scream for aid. I was a princess. I would give no one the satisfaction of seeing me frightened, no matter how dangerous I knew lying on the ground could be. And so I lay still for hours, waiting for a deathless to crack open the earth and pour through. And when that didn't happen, I waited for someone to come and check on me, to name their price, to touch me in ways they shouldn't. Only no one ever did. I slowly moved to kneel on the cold stone floor. My entire life I'd been told that I was precious, too precious to see the sun unguarded, too precious to see the stars at night. It was what my father told me, and my brother, and the mages that guarded our doors, and my mother too, up until the deathless killed her. I'd wanted to believe them with all my heart, but the ties that bound me and my captor's ongoing neglect felt far more earnest and resonated with what I'd always feared to be true. That once precious things were put away, they were easily forgotten. And if they're forgotten long enough, nobody notices when they break.